So apparently, Nathan's Hot Dogs has a bigger stretch than I realized. They found a way, apparently, to hack in to our streaming software, get it knocked offline, which is why there was that weird thing. Our software crashed. We had to troubleshoot it. We were able to get it back up and running. I would love to see something in the chat if you can hear my voice right now. I do apologize about the issue. Yeah, my man, Haunted Horse, he's helping me out here getting this resolved. I appreciate that, buddy. I do not know what the hell happened. Here's what happened. It was either Nathan's for getting on me. Yeah, he's back. It was either Nathan's that caused it. Oh, you can hear my wonderful voice loud and clean. It's because my mic is turned up too high. I didn't reset everything to Rhino's settings because I was trying so hard to get back on the air. What the heck was that? Okay, so two options here because obviously it's not the fiber optic internet. There's no way that it's the fiber optic. So we'll rule that out. You know, I did dish a little bit yesterday on Cat Person. So I'm guessing that maybe Cat Person is messing with our stream now. I mean, the dog yesterday, it was just a sign. The dog's barking during the Jerry Reynolds segment. I go in on Cat Person. I go in on Nathan's Hot Dogs, and our streaming software crashes. My goodness, I'll let everybody file in. Sorry about the inconvenience. How are we doing today? How are we doing as we continue to file back in? Karen, Dave, what is up? Thank you for being here. Sea Dog, what is up? It's the vegans. Blame the. No, it wouldn't be the vegans. I was taking the vegan side yesterday in this entire thing, and I don't know how much you caught of the open of the show. What's up, Ash? I don't know what you guys caught, what you didn't catch. We led with Jerry West, the passing of Jerry West, huge deal. What is going on? All right, are we back? I think we are back. I have no idea what's going on with this feed right now. Are we there? Can you hear me? Hear no evil, see no evil. All right, are we back? Are we back? This is incredible. I'm not sure what the heck is going on today. What kind of bad karma did I do? Look, I'm always returning the cart when I go to when you go to the supermarket, you always return the cart, right? That is one thing to keep good karma. We're back. I don't know what's going on right now. I do have a suspicion about what is going on right now, and it has to do with servers. It has to do with servers. Not sure what's up. Thank you guys all for bearing with me. This is probably going to be a quick show because I don't know if that's going to happen again. The passing of Jerry West, now that we are back. Yeah, I'm sorry, Karen. I am sorry, everybody. I think Haunted Horse and I have nailed down what the issue. Yes, it is our software. I think we didn't tip the servers enough. It's a server issue. And the problem is there's certain settings that I cannot adjust from my side. There's certain settings that my partner, Grant Napier, has to adjust. But we're going to roll with it. We are up and going again. Here's the deal. Since you can hear me right now, if we freeze again, I'm ending the show. So I don't want to keep putting all of you through this. I apologize for the issues. Thank you, John. Sounding good. That means I'm sounded bad because the voice. Yeah, I'm just kidding. All right. Let's get back. Let's try to file in, get back to a little bit of normalcy. Let's start with what we were going with before because we did talk about Jerry West for a little bit. So, the hot dog eating contest. Check this out. Check this out. We talked about yesterday, this could be the demise of the Nathan's hot dog eating contest in Coney Island, the corner of Surf, the corner of Stillwell, right? Well, not more than 24 hours later. Yes, Rip Logo. That's what we covered at the start of the show, which is so weird. It's so weird. Yeah, and I just don't know what the heck is going on. Yeah, you know what? We're going to here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. It probably is, right? Right, BJ? Right? I just don't. Yeah. You're renaming it Corny Island in honor of Corn Dog. There you go. Let's start off with that, actually. Let's take that off the screen because it is a big deal. The passing of Jerry West, somebody that, as many of you have said, the logo. Jerry West has done more for basketball than many of us could even imagine, especially behind the scenes. Not just for the Lakers, not just for the Warriors, not just for the Clippers. He was an advocate for basketball across the world, and he was by far one of the most competitive people that I think ever has lived. If you've read his book, you know about the competitiveness, the will to win. One of the guys, only guys in history to be the MVP of the NBA Finals on a losing team, which is pretty damn incredible. But to lose Bill Walton and to lose Jerry West in the same postseason, it's a incredible shot to the fabric of the NBA. I mean, if you're a Lakers fan, he's the one that signed Shaquille O'Neal to a free agent deal in 1996, which changed things for the Lakers. He brought Phil Jackson into the Lakers. You know about the stories from Winning Time if you watch that on HBO Max. In the portrayal of Jerry West, although he did not like it, he was on record saying that. I know Magic was not a big fan of it. In some ways, it made the show. He was very eccentric. Now, I can't vouch for that behind the scenes because I never had the honor of meeting him. But I do know this. If you are the freaking logo of the NBA, you're near the top of the list at what you've done for basketball. And in some ways, he changed basketball a little bit. I mean, he was not the biggest guy, not the quickest guy, but he was crafty as hell. So, share your thoughts of Jerry West. I would love to hear those. Again, I never had the pleasure of meeting him. I wish I did. I've heard some really good stories about him, both on the course, whether it's golf or, in fact, media members that are just getting started. Jerry West would give them plenty of time, kind of like Chick Hearn, by the way, used to do for many broadcasters as well. So a big shot to Southern California basketball, a big shot to basketball in general, losing Bill Walton, a San Diego icon, and now Jerry West, Southern California, LA icon. He is a legend. He absolutely is. You know what? It's hard, right? It's kind of a hard one to swallow. In fact, the passing of Bill makes Jerry, it doesn't it kind of make the blow of Jerry's passing a little bit more blunt? Like if this would have been just Jerry passing and we still had Bill, I think there would be a lot more coverage and a lot more reaction like you saw when Bill passed away, not trying to minimize either of their passings. But I'm sure the NBA will do something tonight for Jerry West, and certainly he will be honored probably throughout the finals. I mean, again, his silhouette is on every National Basketball Association uniform. In fact, check this out. Did you know a Michael Jordan logo card just sold for $2.6 million? $2.6 million. Yes, I can hear some of you running to your garage to find those cardboard boxes that have the little file areas set out where you would put your cards. I know that I asked my parents about 5 years ago. I said, is there any chance you still have those boxes in the garage? Because if you were like me, anything like me, cards were the thing back in the day. Cards, and then it kind of morphed to Pogs a little bit. Did anybody play Pogs? You get the slammers, but cards are making a comeback. But back to Jerry West. I think he should remain the logo. I know there's been some talk for a while about changing the logo. And I think Jerry's silhouette is just perfect for it. I do not think you should be doing anything. You got a Jordan RC sticker. Yeah. How about some of the people that go back and try to buy those dead stock packs of I believe it was Fleer. Was it Fleer? Yes. Fleer, where the Jordan rookie cards were in there. Those were pretty desirable. But getting back to Jerry West, share your memories about him if you would like. Again, he was working with the Clippers up until pretty much his passing. He had been with them since 2017, doing good things. So I'm sure that the Clippers will honor him accordingly with the opening of their new building, which will be next season in Los Angeles. So we look forward to tonight, seeing what the NBA does for Jerry West. Game 3 of the NBA Finals. I talked about it briefly, which you probably didn't hear. All eyes on Kyrie Irving tonight. It is Kyrie's game to take over. He's only averaging 14 points in these finals. The three-point shooting, too, it's down 12% compared to the Mavericks' three-point shooting the rest of the playoffs. In fact, it's at a measly 24.5%. So the Mavericks have to be better from beyond the three-point line. Luka being held together again by Gorilla Glue and duct tape. Kyrie's going to have to step up, and I think there's going to be an opportunity for him to step up tonight. We talk about him being a wizard around the rim. Well, Porzingis, whose foot allegedly is not in good shape, and I know it's not the foot that's the problem, but the muscle attaches the calf to the foot, which brings up a lot of concern. If this was not the NBA Finals, this dude's not being listed as questionable, in my opinion. How effective can he be? Can he be a decoy? Will he play very many minutes? I suspect not. I think it's going to be more of a situation like you saw Dame try to give it a go. It didn't work. You saw the same thing with OG Anunoby in the Knicks series. Did not work. But can the Mavericks use that to gain some momentum? And I know that Dallas crowd tonight is going to have to bring it. They've brought it all playoffs. And you know what gets that crowd going? It's not so much Luka. It's the play above the rim. And quietly, Dallas has actually won the battle in the paint in both games against Boston. So can they do that in a bigger way tonight? Can they get more assists? Boston has done a really, really good job at taking away the corner three. Luka had the most assists to corner threes out of anybody in the NBA, and it wasn't even close. It was 300 and some this season. The next closest person was like 78. So can they find their way back to there? Can they start knocking down some shots? What do you think about tonight? Do you think Dallas bounces back? What are your predictions for that? Want to get those in. Game 3 tonight. And don't forget, after the game, Grant and I will be live. We'll be doing a post-game show, breaking it down. Looking forward to that. If you would like to call the King's Court, we're going to go till about 4 o'clock today, because I'm not sure if Grant is going to be hopping on in between and doing an open forum show. So I want to leave enough room for that to breathe. But here is the QR code. If you would like to call, we would love to have you drop in to the King's Court. In the meantime, you can also call on the phone line, 916-399-3748. That is all set up and ready to go and fixed. Let's get back to the chat. So, you know what it is? Not even sports cards. So my wife had some of the original Pokemon cards, and her mom threw them away. Have you seen what some of these Pokemon cards go for? The reason I'm in tune with that is my son's a big Pokemon kid. And we saw the prices on these things, and it is mind blowing. But yes, you have a Danny Ainge baseball card. Interesting. Kevin hopping in. Most expensive card I've ever owned was a rookie, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So you know what's crazy about this with the cards? I do have one binder in the garage. And I went back and I looked, in a couple of the cards, which I thought were like special cards back in the day. I had some rookies and whatnot. It was a big deal if there was an autograph on the card. Have you seen the stuff that they're putting on cards these days? It's incredible. Like it's game worn jerseys. There was a card that looked like an accordion, and it had like all of the 50 home run leaders in baseball and a little piece of their uniforms. There's a Mantle, a Ruth popping around out there, but cards are getting crazy these days. In fact, I think some of the boxes of cards, there's one brand that comes in like this suitcase thing. You can go online and find the videos where they unwrap them live, but I want to say they go for like $8,000 a box. It's crazy. So cards have been making a weirdly huge comeback recently. Yeah, you're right, Al. What's up, Al? How you doing, buddy? The card thing is interesting. In fact, I know a guy who has a YouTube channel. He is the Sports Card Investor. I've talked to him a few times about coming on the King's Court. I think it would be cool to have him on to talk about the market of it. And then also, I think it's good for kids. You know, like we were out there, our age group, doing lemonade stands. We were flipping cards. We were doing little things to hustle. If we wanted to play football, we went in the street and did it. We didn't pick up the sticks and the PlayStation. So I know the generations change, but what better way to teach kids about running a business than that? It is. It's investments. There's so many different things. It's decisions about making trades. What's going to have a future value? What's not going to have a value? So I think that's a really cool thing. And I know he has started a kids card collector story as well. It looks like we could do an entire show on cards based off of the reaction. Yeah, exactly. Your cats knocked us off. Eureka checking in. Let's see. Is this coming to the King's Court live? No, it is not. This is coming to my cell phone. Who is calling me from Eureka right now? That would be interesting. Just picked up a Shane Gillis rookie card. See, I know what RC means. On signature, Bo Jackson. Nice. Yep. All about autograph cards. One of one. It's the one of one thing. And it's kind of cool though, but the values of these things, insane. And then also just the grading process. I had no idea. I was talking to the sports card investor guy, and I had no idea about how the grading worked and what you and I were looking at cards like, oh, this is a Jordan rookie. This is a Griffey rookie, right? But they're looking at like, is the picture framed right? How is the border? What do you do about the corners? I know eBay has started a program where they basically have a card vault. So we could do an entire show if we wanted. Clemente rookie card. Interesting. Saw a story about 2 days ago about a woman that almost sold a Jackie Robinson baseball for $1 at a garage sale. Some guy knew what it was and saved her from selling it. Good man. Now, that is how you get good karma. How you don't get good karma is knocking on people who own cats. So good for him. That was the right thing. No, so Patrick, we start at 2:30 on most Wednesdays, but the streaming software crashed. Haunted Horse got into our system and found a way to bring it down. Of course, remember those Billy Ripken cards with the words on the bat handle? I do not. I do not. We should have a card show and we can show off our little collections. The problem is, I don't really have anything to show off. Now, Cody, you're talking about this. Kobe Bryant rookie is my best card, but being 11 years old, couldn't help but touch it. Down goes value. Isn't that weird, Cody? Most people open them with like gloves now. Like the little sleeves that we used to use, not good enough anymore. I can tell this is kind of spurring the audience. So we're going to get the sports card investor on here and we will talk about it. Vintage cards are amazing. Yeah, it's pretty cool. When you see those old baseball cards that are like half picture, half portrait, those are incredible. I have a strange craving for some big league chew. What about the gum that came in the packs? There's people that will still chew the gum that was in the wax packs, which is crazy. If you go online, you check those stories out. Let's see, scratches. You got a graded Judge rookie. There you go, Sea-Dog. But doesn't it? So loop me in here. The brand is really important with cards because you could have a Judge rookie that's like, let's say it's something lower than Topps. It's not that nice of a brand versus a Judge rookie that's from like one of the top brands. Somebody pick me up here in the chat. Somebody's got to know the brand that I'm talking about. They specialize in a lot of football. They have basketball. They have different refractors. They have jewels, like literal diamonds that are in some of the cards. It's crazy. Scratches. You talk about Vazenkov. Am I late? Andrea, we did not. Andrea? Am I saying that right, Andrea? I want to make sure I say that right. We have not talked about Sasha yet today, but we've talked about it all this week. The feeling is he's an end of bench guy. So what are you going to do? Can you get any value for him if he's going to stay in the NBA? That is the big if. If Sasha stays in the NBA, just traded 2 Kobe rookies for some cactus. Interesting. Hopefully not some literal cactus. What do they call it? Nopales? Nopales? My mother-in-law's mom got me to eat cactus not too long ago. That was interesting. Trading and giving away is fun. I do agree. Prism. I think that might be it, Sea-Dog. No, that it's it, BJ. Good job, BJ. It's Panini. It is Panini. That is the one that I am talking about. Nailed it. Nailed it. Fleer was good back in the 80s. BJ bought a loose pack about a week ago and pulled a Wembanyama. No way. Well done. Well done, my friend. People buy boxes trying to get one of those. So there's also, unfortunately, a big market for fake cards and people that will buy boxes. Check this out. They will have a box of like a 86 Fleer basketball. They will open the packs. They will go through the packs, pull the good cards, replace the good cards with crappy cards, and then reseal the wax. Like that's how serious it gets. So the whole hobby intrigues the hell out of me. In fact, I had somebody from a memorabilia store because I went in there. It was out in the Arden kind of Sunrise area. And I wanted to have something looked at, but I also wanted to look at some cards. And they approached me about, hey, would you be willing to do a trade for this? Or, I'm like, no, because I have so few pieces of things. Like the memorabilia that's behind me means something to me. everything has a story behind it. And I know I haven't gone through all the stories. The Mitch Richmond basketball, pretty self explanatory. Mitch was my favorite player growing up. I could not get enough Mitch Richmond. If he was doing an appearance, I was there. And my mom always made sure of it. So much love to her. Thank you very much for that, Mom. The tennis cover behind me, that is actually Jimmy Connor's racket cover, believe it or not. My grandpa took me to meet Jimmy Connors when I was younger, and he signed that, personalized it, and it reminds me of my grandpa because here's the inside story. My grandpa always wanted me to be a tennis player, which in Limelight, I probably should have been a tennis player because of my size. But another day, another dollar. We've got a Cal Ripken baseball, which I met Cal. Well, I didn't really meet him, but I was the only person he signed a ball for. So it was a cool memory. It was at the Oakland Coliseum. So I've got that back there. The other baseball that you see, I'll kind of duck over. That is a baseball from Major League umpire Brian Knight. If you don't know who Brian Knight is, he worked home plate in the series clinching game for the Rangers last year. And that is a ball directly from him from that series. So that is a pretty cool piece of memorabilia. I think I've talked about the helmet. Yes, I've said that story. Now, the bats. The bats are a cool story. One is autographed by Ken Griffey Jr. The other was Ken Griffey Jr.'s bat. My dad got to fly him one time to an all-star game. I believe it was an all-star game for the home run derby. I might be remembering this wrong, but he ended up giving him or got the bat. So as a kid, so I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, and good job by you. Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Porzingis has been ruled out. So what's that do for tonight? Probably doesn't move the line too much. I would not think. I think that's probably already built into the line. The fact that he is probably not going to be playing much. Yeah, for me, I like to just have stuff that means something to me, and so yeah, having a signed collecting or collection of jerseys, absolutely. If they mean something to you or that person, it's funny because for some people it shifted. It was all about getting an autograph, and now it's about getting a picture. I am bigger on a picture for sure. Have you ever seen the Ripken card? No, I have not seen that one. Really quick, let's bring Corn Dog in today. What's up, dude?
What up, man?
How you doing?
Feeling better.
Good.
Each day. Feeling better each day, man. So, you know what? This is a question for, everybody to answer. Because I've heard different opinions on this. But for All-Star games, what do you guys prefer? An actual All-Star jersey or the players to wear their team jerseys? Because I prefer an All-Star jersey because it's just, like if you want a whole collection of, let's say, like Kobe jersey or something, it's another thing to add to a collection or something. Or, a Dirk jersey or,
Yeah, no, I gotcha. It's so hard because the teams have so many alternate jerseys now and trying to match the colors. I know every team has a white and a dark, but not every team likes to wear those ones that often. Wow.
Yeah, a lot of teams' darks are, different, You got the Kings with either it could be purple or black, or the Jazz will be maybe purple. The Lakers could be gold. Warriors blue. It's so many different colors, man. You might forget who's on what team.
I like the idea of the All-Star jerseys. I really do. But I don't like them too flashy. I like the classic look. I think they did a throwback. Was it for Kobe's last All-Star game? It was somebody's last All-Star game where they went like kind of that retro look from back in the 90s. I really like those.
Yeah, I guess it really just depends on the design of the All-Star jersey. Like right here, yeah. There were some good ones back in the mid 2000s, early 2000s that I really liked. West versus East, man. I really enjoyed some of those. Sometimes they do get a little lazy. I mean, it happens. I mean, when you're having to create a new design year after year for the same game,
Mm-hmm.
it
I'm
just
with you.
happens.
I'm with you. Kevin, I know the throwback you're talking about. When that throwback, well, it wasn't a throwback. It was new back then. But when the Kings came out with the half purple, half black with
Oh,
the
I know those.
racing flag on the sides, that was the coolest freaking jersey in the world. I had to have that. That is sick, dude. Keep that
Oh,
one. That is a cool jersey.
oh
For
yeah, I
sure.
know those ones, man. I've seen them all. There's the gold and the ones. There's the baby blue or royal blue, if you want to call it that. Purple. Well, now we have gray.
My favorite Kings jerseys of all time, and you can put your favorites in here. I think we can all pretty much unanimously agree that the gold ones that they had that were like the kind of shiny satinish,
Yeah.
those were hideous. And I know for a fact the players did not like them. Bibby was very, very open about that. Those to me are the ugliest jerseys. My favorite Kings jersey is probably from the 2001, 2002 year. Maybe it was 2000 to 2001. It was the all purple, and it was purple and silver, and it was just the Kings. That purple look with the silver Nike swoosh. To me, that was the coolest jersey ever. It was so clean. It was so good. They need to bring that one back.
Yeah, they've had some pretty good ones. The ones recently, I'm just not the biggest fan of, when they wear just, gray as the main color. Like when it's black and it's as the main color or white, it's fine. I'm not a fan of gray as the main color because it's very just blah. It's gray.
I kind of like the gray, the gray from 2 seasons ago.
Well, if anyone gets the SpongeBob reference, but it's hope you like gray.
What is it?
Oh, because what's Squidward on SpongeBob? He's like, I'd like my area to be a little less yellow, and then he sends him to the kitchen and says, "I hope you like gray."
That's funny, funny stuff. Who you got tonight, corn dog?
You know what? Kyrie's gonna have a game today.
I think so too.
I'm calling it. Kyrie's gonna have a game, and Dallas wins by 7.
All right, there it is. Dallas wins by 7. Any closing thoughts? We're doing a little bit of a shorter show today because of the streaming issue.
Closing thoughts. No, rest in peace, Jerry West.
Amen. Good job, buddy. Hey, pop in for the post-game show tonight, 8:00. We will be back on. Love to have you.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. Be well. Keep staying on the men, corn dog. We're worried about you, my man. Yeah, Tatum game tonight. Boston by 17. Really, C-Dog? I don't see that, but you know your stuff. Kings need a purple uniform that matches the beam, but they can't because remember there's that guy that works under the arena that takes everything purple in the building and throws it into the flame to power the beam. Isn't that how the beam is powered? I thought. No? Yeah, I hope it's a good game too. I'm with you, BJ. I'm with you 100%. Okay, this is what I really want to talk about. So yesterday, I told you Joey Chestnut was being banned from participating in the Nathan's hot dog eating contest, the corner of Surf and Stillwell, Coney Island. I mean, this guy is the contest. And I said, they better figure this out quick or else somebody else is going to figure this out. And sure enough, no more than 24 hours later, Joey Chestnut Kobayashi, September 2nd on Netflix. 22 mustard colored belts between the two of them. They are going to have an all beef hot dog battle. So, Major League Eating, good night now. You're done. Are any of you tuning in to the Nathan's broadcast? And I'll take it a step further. If you want to talk about bad marketing, like, I don't know about any of you. I said this on the King's Court shoot around. But when I look at a Nathan's hot dog, I think about Joey Chestnut. I think about the contest. That is the only reason I would ever consider paying the ridiculous amount of money that they charge for their hot dogs. In fact, the best hot dog right now on the market is the Foster's Farms turkey hot dog. That to us is the house favorite here. But Costco, you are on thin ice for ripping the Polish dog a couple of years ago. I think I've hit a corn dog up about that because the Polish dog was everything. And then they ripped the wheels away from us with the onions and the relish. I mean, was there anything better for $1.50? And then you take another lap around Costco and you get a sample of some of the sweet stuff that they're doing. You can even probably get your vitamins in for that day. Try one of the drinks that they're always demoing. Anyways, getting back to this Chestnut Kobayashi thing, I think is great. Kobayashi has had some documented struggles ever since he kind of left the world of competitive eating. So very happy to see that they were able to come together this quick. And I warned Major League Eating about this. I said, you better get this fixed. Go listen to the King's Court yesterday. I said, this dude could do a competition on his own and take all the shine from you guys. I mean, the only reason I might tune into it is because Matt Stoney, who's a local guy, he's from the Bay Area. I mean, I've got to think he's probably the favorite now to win the contest. But getting back to the Nathan's hot dogs, now when I see a Nathan's product on the shelf, I'm going to have a bad thought associated with it. How stupid, seriously, how stupid is it that dude, just because he reps a vegan hot dog, and by the way, you could probably make the argument that the consumers, the buyers for both of those items are mutually exclusive. There is a very small sliver of people that may cross over a little bit. So you're really not hurting one market or another by allowing Chestnut to still compete in your contest. I mean, I don't think any of you, actually, let me pose this question to the chat. Would you have ever known Joey Chestnut repped the Impossible brand if Major League Eating didn't point it out? I mean, if you're the Impossible brand, you've just got all the free marketing in the world. Your brand is off to the races, and yet still, it likely does not affect the all meat market. So we have some family friends. Their kids are vegan for the most part. But if they are out and about at another birthday party or whatever, they'll let them have a regular hot dog if they want. But then they go back to vegan. It's not like they're buying an all beef hot dog all the time. You see my point. They really stepped in it here. And it was already kind of a niche market, right? Joey Chestnut's really the reason most people turn in. Jim Rome talked about it today. It's the slow time of summer, so people will end up usually watching it. And Jerry Reynolds, I even hit him with it yesterday. I'm like, Jerry, do you watch the contest? And he goes, unfortunately, I do. That's Jerry Reynolds who watches the hot dog contest too. So people are watching Major League Eating, foot in your mouth. Good luck with your July 4th contest. I mean, do you think half the amount of people will even show up to this thing? I really don't think so. And yes, the trophy is up for grabs. That's right. So who's your new favorite? Is it Matt Stoney? Who's it going to be? I think Stoney will probably do it. That kid can throw some dogs down. Go look at some of his YouTube videos on what he can do. Major League Eating is probably run by dog people. You're gonna die on that hill, horse. Look, I'm gonna refrain from further commenting due to my bad streaming karma today. Chestnut went to the dark side with the plant-based dogs, but that's the thing. Did he really go to the dark side? He's just repping it. Dude still eats hot dogs, but maybe that's not appealing to, I mean, it wasn't the Impossible brand that said you can't participate in an all beef hot dog race. It wasn't them. It was Major League Eating. So, they won't announce what the record is and who holds it. It's such a great point, Mark. You tuned in because Joey would always push himself to get one dog more than the year before. I don't think anybody's ever going to come close to it. I mean, they might in the future, but he was kind of in a league of his own. And by the way, Jerry said that he would do a biscuits or what was it? It was chicken. It was biscuits and dumplings, chicken and dumplings. That's what it was. Everybody has a little bit of a different name for it. So, again, this has been a little bit of a weird show. We're going to probably wrap up in a few minutes just because we do have a lot coming up tonight with the finals in our post game. But first, let's bring our man Alex in. What's up, Alex?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. How you doing, brother?
Good. So just real quick, first, I apologize. It's hard for me to keep up with your guys' shows. Just busy. Today was a good day to pop in. But I do, try to keep up at least with Jerry Reynolds Tuesdays because I got a big kick out of Jerry. But
good dude.
Yeah, he is. To go on the Nathan hot dogs thing, if you want to see receipts, I'll show it to you. I texted my group chat, watch Netflix pick this up because Mike Tyson and Jake Paul aren't till December or November now. And then we were all laughing about it. I said it as a joke. And sure enough, I didn't think it would happen in 24 hours. But, man, those guys capitalized like crazy. Hats off to them.
Dude, yesterday I said if you set up a pay-per-view where it was like a low price, I don't know if I said Kobayashi in it too, but I said just with Joey Chestnut, I bet it could fill an arena or fill a venue if they wanted to. And you'd probably pay $9.99 for that, right? We pay a lot more for less when it comes to our iClouds and our different streaming accounts. So they were ready to pounce and go. Major League Eating, they're screwed.
No, 100%. I agree. I know you're wrapping up pretty soon, but I did want to chime in a little bit. I'm late about the Sasha stuff. What was your initial reaction? Now you don't have to get really deep into it, but your first thought when you heard that news.
My first thought was like, oh, just shovel another pile of stand on the pile, because the Kings are already in a position where they have more spots that they need to fill than resources that they have to fill them, in my opinion. So that was my gut. But at the end of the day, as I take a step back, it's what does it really matter? He was at the end of the bench. Obviously, things with Mike Brown and him were not working, whether it's an NBA thing or a King system thing. Some people in the chat suggested that this didn't come out until Mike Brown re-signed, which to me, I don't know if it holds a lot of weight because Mike was going to be the coach anyways. But the saving grace here, Alex, is that Sasha let him know before the draft. He let him know before free agency. So at least there's fair warning. It was done appropriately, although you do have to question it. He has a guaranteed deal for the first 2 years.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty good point. And about the Mike Brown thing being announced, a couple days or week after, I didn't think about that. That's interesting to at least think about. I might be in the minority, but I think I was pretty disappointed, but not for the reasons that a lot of people else were thinking. A big part of me was thinking that maybe it was kind of showing like a weak mentality of his. And I like Sasha. I have a Sasha jersey even, but he was considered a rookie last year. He could have won the Rookie of the Year just like Wemby and just like whoever else was a rookie. He was eligible too, because he was technically a rookie. To me, and I know it's not the same circumstance, but it felt like What if Wemby, for example, had a terrible year and then put his head down and said, I want to go back to France. F this noise in the NBA. Like, and again, I know we don't know all the details, but it made me think: does Sasha have like a weak mentality about it? I know the NBA was a lot different pace for him, and it was a lot faster pace for sure. But that's kind of what I was thinking, and it kind of made me not feel great about him. Thinking, oh man, did he quit? Like, it's only been 1 year. You know what I mean? So much can happen. I know he's 29 years old or 28, but it kind of left a weird taste in my mouth.
I get that. Here's the thing. To compare him and Wembanyama, it's so much different because the ceilings are so much different for both players. Hey, I'm going to mute you really quick while I'm talking just because of the background noise. Then I'll bring you back in. They're different players, but what we're forgetting about is this guy packed up and moved his life from Europe to the United States. So is it possible that there's other things at play here? Very much so. I mean, that's a big move at 29, 30 years old. And, I don't know. I can't say what his mindset is because I don't know. I don't think any of us know. But it clearly was not working. Now, the argument on the other side of the fence, Alex, was there enough of a sample size? And I get that too. But I think the Kings, if they're guilty of anything here, it's overhyping what Sasha could have been. Grant maintained for a really long time after talking to scouts that he would be nothing more. The scouts didn't see him any more than a role player. Yet the Kings had this very public courting process with Sasha where they're making it known that Mike Brown's flying over to try to get him to come to the team. And when you see a head coach doing that and they're making a public point of showing that, that's like saying this guy could be the next thing. So it's somewhere in the middle with him.
No, yeah, I definitely see your point. And I was thinking too, maybe because he went directly to his home right after the season, I think. So maybe he went home, he saw his family, he saw his friends, and he's like, I don't really want to go back to SAC. I'm happier over here. But again, it left me disappointed thinking like, damn, it's only been 1 year. I know he's 29, but there's a 3-year contract, 2-year, 1-year opt-out. Maybe one more year, just to see what would have happened. We don't know if Harrison's going to be here. We don't know if here. He might have some sort of minute opportunity, it may be, but I thought his dream was to try the NBA, and I don't know. I guess I'm still disappointed in it. I might be in the minority thinking that way, but my thinking was, okay, he tried for I don't know how many years playing professionally over there to be here. It didn't go his way this year, and then that's it. I'm going home and that's it. Again, I might be thinking too much into it, but I kind of wish he would have done it at least one more year, and maybe he will. Maybe they'll convince him. I have no idea.
Yeah, again, these are just reports. The Kings have not come out and made any comments. Hey, Alex, thank you for the call, brother. I appreciate it. That was a different filter, wasn't it? That I was like thinking, wait, what filter is that? How do you filter your phone? I like that. If you're doing a live call, good job by Alex. Sorry about the background noise. The bottom line, again, Sasha, he's not the first European player to come to the NBA and not have success or have frustrations and find out that the NBA just isn't for them. I thought Baki made a very interesting point when we had him on Monday night. And that point was the EuroLeague, the year that Sasha was MVP was down in terms of talent, down in terms of competition. He didn't feel like Sasha was nearly on the same level as some of the other people that have been the MVP of that league. So all things to take into account. There are some options there for the Kings. You don't know if Sasha is going to remain in the NBA if he's not. But again, 29 years old, you pick up, you move across the world. Sometimes it doesn't work out. We will wait to see what happens with that. But plenty of time in the offseason to figure it out. Sasha did not have a lot of value anyways as a trade piece. So at the end of the day, it doesn't necessarily matter, I would say, that much to the Kings. But again, filling a hole, that's going to be a problem. Grant mentioned the 3-point shooting. I'm not as concerned about the 3-point shooting like he is, but I am concerned about the depth at that position and not having. Sometimes it's good, even though you have multiple guys, you have multiple guys that have different strengths at the same position. That's why you change matchups depending on the team that you're playing. That's why certain guys may play one night and others don't that night. It's one of those things where I don't know if I look at this Kings roster right now, and I know that there's a lot that needs to be fixed. And on top of being fixed, they need to swing for the fences. They've made it clear, or at least publicly, that has come out that is what they are looking to do in this offseason within reason. If swing for the fences to you means trying to get a Kevin Durant or try to get Paul George out of Los Angeles, that's not swing for the fences. It's making a trade. It's shaking things up. And with the Mike Brown extension, that to me puts the power back into Mike Brown's camp. This is now a situation where the pressure to a degree is turned up on Monte McNair because not a lot of moves have been made in the last couple of years. Now, granted, the drafting has been pretty good. And also, besides the drafting, a lot of the moves, although not big, they've been prudent and smart moves. But Monty has missed out on a couple of trade deadlines, and I'm going to continue to harp on this. You look at what Dallas was able to get at the trade deadline and where they're at now compared to what their projections were before it. And then you also look at the Los Angeles Lakers, what they did to get D'Angelo Russell, the previous trade deadline, to get Hachimura, and then they make a run to the conference finals. The Kings were set up in just as well of a position to make a run at the conference finals last year and this year as both of those teams, yet they stood pat. So what does a Mike Brown roster look like? Can you turn it into one? Davion Mitchell, he could be a very important piece to this pie for Sacramento. But again, then you've only got him one more year under contract, and then he's subject to offer sheets, and the Kings would have to match any offer to keep him. So a lot going on with the Kings. Again, the passing of Jerry West, the big story today. He passes away at age 86. NBA Finals tonight. Don't miss them. Grant and I will be back at 8 o'clock right here on If You Don't Like That, breaking it down. Fun conversation about cards, other things. Nathan, Dallas did everything right. Dennis wants a parting shot. All right, Dennis, give me your take. Dallas did everything right, and it all started draft night when they drafted Lively and traded for Holmes. 14 days until the Kings draft the 13th pick. Wow, you're optimistic that they're going to use it. I do not think they will, but we will see. All right, we will be back at 8. Sorry for the tech issues. If you want to blame anybody, blame that guy. Yes, that guy. Haunted Horse. No, thank you, by the way, to Haunted Horse for immediately hopping on the horn and trying to get it figured out. Thanks for sticking with us. We will be back tonight, 8 o'clock. Grant and myself, post-game show, will be taking your calls. Really looking forward to it. Enjoy Game 3 of the finals. My prediction, Dallas bounces back tonight, gets the series back to 2-1. C-Dog thinks it's going to be a 17-point win by Boston. We will see. Tadora, play us out.
Holy moly, Jimbaboli.
Go Kings, light the damn beam. We'll see you at 8 o'clock for the NBA Finals post-game. Game 3 with Grant and I. So long. Court is dismissed.